What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday evening. It is the Sunday before Labor Day, and this is your distribution update. So Friday was pretty much dead. And obviously, tomorrow is a holiday. So this is kind of the calm before the storm. And it looks like in 2 weeks, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we have pre-release for Magic, and we have pre-release for the new Pokemon set. So it's going to get crazy here. I'm still missing allocations from a couple distributors for Mega Evolutions, which is weird. I'm not missing any for Spider-Man, but for Mega Evolutions, it's a little weird. But we'll see what's going on. So, where do we want to start? Final Fantasy. There's a set coming out in March, Final Fantasy TCG. It looks like the pricing is up pretty significantly. I think it's tariffs. I don't know if the price is going to come down. I mean, I assume that this pricing with tariffs is going to be like the price of gasoline. Oil goes up, gas goes up, oil goes down, gas goes up. It's kind of the same shit. So, I don't know if it's going to impact this or not. The only reason I'm pointing this out with Final Fantasy TCG is the Journey of Discovery boxes, which are 18 packs. 2 sets ago was 36, are like $42 or $43 a distro, and the Dreamlike Oceans is like 56. So it's kind of night and day. Anyway, let's move on. Flesh and Blood, not a whole lot to talk about here. Godzilla. It looks like there is a slight restock of BP1 coming through one of the distributors. I haven't seen it anywhere else, and it was something that was marked as back ordered. So we ordered a couple cases because the folks in Discord like it, and it looks like we're gonna get them. So I'm actually kind of excited about that. It also looks like there's some sell through on TCG Player. Still 10, 15 boxes a day. Now the boxes are cheap. Boxes are $70, but it's gonna be interesting to see what Toho, I guess, is the game producer's name, what they do to push the game, because I've heard very, very little in the US. All of the interest, from as far as I know, is organic. So moving to Gundam, so we have the new set Gundam 2 BP2 coming out in 2 months, a little bit under 2 months. I do want to touch on BP1, which is New Type Rising. The rest of the product from distribution landed early last week. So everything on the market is on the market right now. Now, we don't know if there is going to be a reprint coming at some point in time, but with the sell-through still at 60, 70 boxes and sub 300 boxes on TCG Player, there's a little bit on eBay. Yeah, I think within 2 or 3 weeks, the supply is going to be pretty much gone, and these boxes are going to start zooming. So everybody kind of had their chance. Lorcana we talked about last week, even though I like to skip it. Fabled Collection here really got allocated super hard and only to Play stores. We are a Play store, and we got 0 product through our distributor that was elected through that. Quite honestly, I don't really care that much because there's no money in Lorcana. So it is what it is. Folks can buy it online basically for the same price that I can. Now, for this set, it's probably a little bit more, but it is what it is. League of Legends. So this week for Riftbound should be very, very telling. So apparently the organized playlist went out to all the distributors either Thursday or Friday of last week. And I know most of the distributors were waiting to get that list before they allocated product. They already know how much they're getting. From what I gather, it is similar to what they got for Gundam. I'm guessing the demand for this is higher than Gundam. It's a little bit more mainstream, if you will. Again, I'm just making an educated guess. I don't know for sure. But we should find out allocations or have some indication this week. So let's hope your rep didn't take off for the week at the end of summer here. Sorcery, still no idea what's going on with the October set. Dead Game's kind of dead. Weiss Schwarz, not a whole lot to talk about with Azure Lane. I know Rudy did mention that it was going to be allocated. I've talked to every distributor that we have orders in. Everybody continues to tell me that my order is confirmed. I don't know what's going on there. I assume it's confirmed, and yeah, it's just the normal pump. Nikki. So a lot of stores bought Nikki who have no business owning any product, and they're just trying to churn product. And Weiss isn't one of those sets where you can churn a massive amount of product. A, it's not super liquid. B, there's only a limited amount of people who want to buy it. And quite honestly, I don't know anybody who plays it. I would love to learn at some point, but I don't really have time for games. So if you're interested in Nikki, and in my opinion, it's going to age very, very well long term, now's the time to pick it up. Now, that's not really a wholesale conversation. It's more of a, if you watch the channel and you're a little bit of a collector, this is most likely the bottom of the bottom, because this is when the maximum amount of product is on the market. And the last thing, it looks like the pre-orders are done for Free Ren. So I have no time to watch anything. But given that this set was out, this is a reprint. The first set is an absolute home run. Nobody ordered it. This is apparently the #1 anime in all of the world. I don't watch cartoons unless it's cartoons with my kid, but I decided to turn on the first couple episodes of this. And honestly, it's quite good. I'm through the first 10 episodes. They're like 24 minutes. So they're perfect for a functioning adult to watch, 1 or 2 episodes late at night. But it's really interesting. It really is. So I ordered a bunch of it. Quite honestly, I just plan on sitting on it. I mean, we'll sell it. We'll sell it if people want it in the Discord. But it's fascinating, and it's probably something where the IP is going to grow. It's only 28 episodes, so there's a lot of runway there. That's pretty much it with the One Piece. I always forget that because Southern doesn't carry it. With One Piece, so OP12. Some of the folks in Discord have mentioned that there have been some sales on OP12, kind of blowout sales. There is a second wave of OP12 coming within 2 weeks. So what Bandai has been doing is they have been waiving every single product. So the first wave ends up being relatively light, call it a third to 40% of the product, and then 3 or 4 weeks later, there's a second wave coming. I don't know if it has something to do with the print capacity on their end. I don't know if it has to do with customs and the current tariff situation. I have no idea. But when I talked about Gundam and the second wave coming, and like I said, the last of the second wave shipped early last week, late the week before. You're a month out from release, and that second wave is coming in. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why, but it's just something to keep in mind. Let's talk Pokemon first, because I want to end with Magic, and there's some weirdness there. So Mega Evolutions comes out in 2 weeks. Everything's good there. We have the trainer toolkit and the Mega Battle Decks. The Mega Battle Decks are super, super allocated. I think we're only getting like 12 cases of them, and I think they're 3 and 3. The trainer toolkits, they're a little bit better. I think there's 5 packs in there, and I believe they're Destined and Mega Evolutions, if I remember correctly. So they're actually the packs in there are really, 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 really good. But then we have this Team Rocket's Mewtwo and the Mega Lucario EX figure collection. These are still open for order for a while. I do not have any numbers on these yet. Then we have the Fall Collector's Chest and the Pokemon Tin. Packs are at an absolute premium. I'm ordering as many of these as I can. I've actually heard from a couple folks, and we don't stream. We don't really do a whole lot with streamers because we don't deal with loose packs. Everything's sealed. Obviously, it has sealed premium. But we've had a lot of streamers reaching out begging for product, which we don't have. But apparently there's a massive shortage of loose packs with a lot of these Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield sets, which I'm not sure I believe that. I think there's a shortage of product at the cheap ass price that these rip and chippers want to pay for it. But it's going to be interesting to see, because this is the first time where everybody has to start ratcheting up ratcheting up their price point. So we'll see what sort of market elasticity there is here with the end degenerate who wants to drop $9 for a pack of Astral Radiance. so that's it for Pokemon. This week we should hear something about the Team Rocket's Moltres UPC and the Mega Charizard EX UPC. Apparently they're doing 2 ultra premium collections that they're releasing at the same time, which is really, really weird. So they're both November 14th. And the week before, on the 7th, is when Mega Evolutions 2 is scheduled to release. We know that because we have all the pre-release emails for the last week of October. And they quite honestly have to get everything in before Thanksgiving, because after Thanksgiving, everybody in Pokemon is basically gone for the year. So it's going to be really, really freaking busy next September, October, 2.5 months. It's going to be fun. Moving on to Magic the Gathering. So we have, I just got a lot of Edge of Eternities over the last couple weeks in collector boxes. And I don't know why. I haven't been able to figure this out. And quite honestly, this is what scares the shit out of me about Wizards of the Coast when they don't put serialized cards in boxes. Yes, it's a store value. There's some value in the box. But quite honestly, I have no faith and there's no transparency, and I have no faith that they're not just going to reprint the shit out of these. They have screwed me so many times in the past, reprinting shit into the ground. I don't trust them, and quite honestly, I'm never going to trust them. I'm still going to buy the product, but when there's no serialized cards in the product, it is a free ticket to just print the living shit out of it. And we've seen a lot of Edge of Eternities collector boxes being dumped on Amazon. I know there was some confusion with the Commander decks the Commander displays having the same UPC as the Commander decks, and that was an absolute shit show. But we just got 3 master cases of Edge of Eternities collector boxes, which is like 60%, 50% of what we got from the initial release of collector boxes, which is really, really weird. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Spider-Man, some people like it, some people don't. The play boxes are really light printed. I still tend to believe that there's a lot of them that are going to sit on Amazon. But unfortunately, it feels to me like it's Assassin's Creed 2.0. It's a really, really small set. I'm not a comic book guy, so there's nothing that's super special in there for me. So it's kind of a weird one. So we'll see what happens. The collector boxes are still just under $900. The play boxes are just under $200. The gift bundles at $200, which is absolutely insane. That's going to be interesting. But before we move on, I do want to talk just very briefly. So we continue to get confirmation on Final Fantasy play boxes that the reprint is coming in late November. Everybody keeps saying late November. I would not be surprised if we start to see Amazon dumping play boxes in the middle of September, going into the end of their Q3. My guess, this is an educated guess, but I don't know anything specifically, is that their plan to goose their Q3 is to sell as many play boxes as they can direct through Amazon before they reload distribution. I think that's why the time frame and the lag is so long. And look, they restock collector boxes very, very quickly. And I mean, there's so many, Commander decks. There's so many Commander displays out there, even distributions, drowning in them. I mean, we've seen a bunch of absolute blowout sales through some of the big boys at like $150 per display, which is $10 under cost for normal people. 10, 12, 8, depending on who you get them from. So it's clear they can print the stuff. I just think, again, this is a coordinated effort to create a little bit of shortage, but also I think they're going to just sell the absolute shit out of this on Amazon direct to consumer, capture the margin, and walk around the corporate office after they crush Q3 with no pants on for a couple days, because they're just going to be thrilled. So, moving on, Avatar. Not a whole lot about Avatar. For those of you who don't know, this Commander's bundle is effectively the gift bundle. It has the play packs and it has the collector pack. So last item here. I still have heard nothing about the Final Fantasy gift edition. We know it's coming. We know there's all kinds of ancillary product lined up from Ultra Pro, but I don't know anything else. So Lorwyn Eclipsed. I'm going to love this set because I'm going to be able to get my spend up. I'm going to hate this set because it's really, really risky. So this is the Aether Drift / Karlov set in January, or slot, if you will. It's cursed, or at least it has been for the last 2 years. We have the pre-release cartons as usual. We have the pre-constructed decks, which apparently there are 8 decks. There's one for each tribal, whatever, which is interesting. 8 decks per box. So yeah, I hate the 8 decks per box because it reminds me of the what are those garbage? What the fuck are they? The garbage little decks. I'll think of it at some point. The Challenger decks that were never worth anything, and they were complete trash. And those were, now I guess that was 2 of each, but it was still 8 and whatever. The play boosters. The Lorwyn Eclipsed Draft Night. This is your gift bundle. So this has play boxes or play packs. This actually has 12 play boosters and 1 collector booster, 90 lands. I'm sure they're going to upcharge the crap out of this. I'm sure MSRP is going to be somewhere. Did it even show MSRP here? It may not because I'm not logged in. I'm guessing MSRP here is somewhere around $100. You have the Commander carton, which is 4. I don't know if it's 2 and 2 or if it's actually 4. 4 individual decks. I'm not sure yet. It's probably 4 individual decks, but they keep going back and forth. And then you have the regular bundle and the collector booster. So the regular bundle, just very quickly. Yep, this is only 9. So the, whatever the hell it's called, the Draft Night is 3 more play boosters, and it has the collector pack in it as well. So the orders, if you notice here, are due September 17th. So what Wizards has done is they have come out and they've said, we're going to give you a not to be less than, not a not to exceed, not to be less than allocation, so you can start pre-selling your product, which is, I don't know what kicked this off. It's a little weird to me. But shortly after 9/17, they're going to tell us this is the absolute bare bones that you get as a WPN store. Now, they did the same with Avatar. It remains to be seen if there's going to be anything in addition, how much else we're going to get, or if this is going to be a green light to all the distributors to, you know what, we gave you your bottom. That's all we promised you. Screw you. We're going to sell it on the secondary market. We're going to sell it direct, or we're just going to raise the price and we're going to sell it to you for 50% more. It's the world we live in. There's nothing wrong with it. I respect the hustle. I mean, look, distributors have to make money as well. But, you know, as usual, everything Wizards does tend to have unforeseen, unintended consequences. Not to say that's going to happen here, but, you know, the prices with Avatar are pretty high. We never know what's going to happen. So anyway, guys, hopefully this was helpful. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. We have a ton of sales coming up very, very shortly between Mega Evolutions, the tail end of those, and the rest of our Spider-Man sales. And hopefully we'll be able to run a sale on Riftbound League of Legends as well. So, all right, guys, have a great night and enjoy your Labor Day.